My other connection, well, it's not really a connection, is the story of the strike when he was... Oh, that's the Southern District.
Yes, so this is the William Soutar at the Southern District Primary School.
Uh-huh.
Willie's
on the extreme left of the centre row.
That must be this one.
So this be him there.
It's like the teacher.
Do you know, now that would be... Oh, well, it was pre-First World War.
Mm-hmm.
And usually any pictures that you see of children at school at that time, they're a pretty ragtag, bobtail lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But these are very smart looking.
They are.
And Southern District, well, it was definitely a town school in a not very brilliant part of the...
And look how well this little chap seems to have a waistcoat and tie.
Yes, yes.
In fact, I think a number of them do.
Yes, they're extremely well put on. Mind you, I think the Soutar family at one point lived in Southend Terrace.
Mm-hmm.
Now, an awful lot of these were railway houses. My cousin, her parents lived in Southend Terrace when I first knew the family. Now, they were not brilliant houses, they were small houses, no bathrooms, but they were a very respectable batch in them. You know, if you say to children, the ones that I taught, that houses didn't have bathrooms, oh, slums, but they weren't, you know. They were. So, yes, I can see that. At the time, I remember children from Southend Terrace went to Craigie School, but Southern District, not far away, just across the inch, really.
So the story that you know of would have been somewhere between this photograph when he's obviously very small, and this photograph when he's probably at
university, I would think, by then, would he be?
I would think so.
Oh no,
possibly
wait, it's
just
a school
17,
cap.
Perhaps 16, 17.
Bill Mackenzie. Now that would be Perth Academy. Boys didn't wear caps when I went to Perth Academy, but yes, that it could be in senior class. So it would be in between. Yes, he was still at primary school when the strike, and probably, well, as the boys were being, what shall we say, a bit obstreperous in deciding to go on strike. And I don't know how many of them actually went on strike, but it must have been quite a proportion of the class. And then when it got to the end of whichever interval it was, I think some of them drifted back, but there was a group that were... And when they were rounded up, I don't know how they rounded them up. Interesting. And there was this young, and he must have been quite young, teacher called Charlie Robertson. And he lined them up, and I can just see him saying it. And now the strikers will be belted. It's a very deep voice. No, not quite right, but resonant voice rather than deep. But now the strikers will be. So.
That was them.
And as I say, the connection was that in due course, that Charlie Robertson became a headmaster at Ayleth, and that was where I got to know him. And he was reckoned to have a very good striking. And then he actually, from Elith, he came back to Perth as the headmaster of Southern District.
Right, it came full circle. Yeah. Goodness.